Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's episode. As always, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We have a ton of content coming out for you guys every single week. We don't want you to miss a thing. Our usual shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips of support are highly appreciated. It's only going to go towards making the channel better. We're hoping to add a lot more games to the channel, such as roulette, video keno, video poker, carnival games, things along those lines. We just want to do it right, which is going to be very expensive, so it's going to take some time. You could help us out if you wanted to. If not, no big deal. We appreciate you guys just tuning in, but if you're curious about it, go ahead and check the description down below this video on the patronage. And for our patrons, we do hope you are appreciating those patron-only exclusive videos we're putting out for you guys every single week. If you have anything you'd like to see, just email us on the site. We're more than happy to film it for you. As for the rest of you, please continue tuning in. We have, like I said, a ton of content coming out. And if you have any suggestions, questions, strategies, anything related to craps, baccarat, blackjack, pai gow, casinos, Vegas in general, just go ahead and shoot us an email at sincityliving@gmail.com. We absolutely love to shoot these videos for you guys. It is our favorite thing to do. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's video, we're going to do the second of the real rolls that I managed to memorize so that I could write them down and show them to you guys. And to showcase why some of these strategies are built the way they are built. When it comes to the mid-press method, and especially the power press method, as we always say, we're not looking for the statistical likelihood of these numbers to roll. Like, for instance, the power press, if you went with the pure statistical likelihood, you pretty much need a 45-minute to an hour-long roll in order to hit table max. Those rolls come once every couple of months to accrue. What you're really looking for is you're looking for that roll that breaks the statistical likelihood. You're looking for that exceptional roll, which any roll that goes over 15 or goes over 6 rolls without a 7 is already breaking the statistics. You're looking for that roll where it not only breaks the statistical likelihood, but actually has one particular number, one or two numbers that really break that. And these kind of things happen every single night. We have so many rolls that are 12 to 15 minute long, so they're good rolls. They're really good rolls. Maybe once an hour, once every hour and a half, we have a 12 to 15 minute long roll going on in our table. And what we're hoping for is within that roll, we have one number that hits multiple times, far more than it should have. And if that happens, that's where these strategies really shine. So this roll that I'm about to show you guys happened the other night, last night actually for me, and it was only 20 rolls. So it was about 12 or 13 minutes, because what I'm showing you here, these strategies here, were not being played. The players on the table, some of them had a few place bets, some of them had nothing, or maybe a come bet or two. So basically with this roll, I can tell you this, with this roll and with the last roll that was in the other video I shot for you guys, nobody won more than about $150 on any of these on either one of the rolls. So I'm going to show you how an iron cross player would have managed it, how a mid-press player that's starting out with table minimum would have managed, how a mid-press player starting out in the green would have managed, how a power presser starting out at table minimum would have managed, and how a power presser starting out in the green would have managed. So this is how this roll went. I'm going to try and speed this up a little bit so I don't have to cut it short like I did on the last video. So come out roll, point established was a 6. So then a 9 rolled. So we had our iron cross player here. So they made $10. Okay. Now we've got our mid-press player. So the mid-press player is going to press it up 1 unit. Now the other mid-press player that's getting paid $35 is going to press it up $10. Power presser would throw in $1 and they would go up to a quarter. The other power presser, starting in the green, is going to go all the way up to 60. So the next roll after that was an 8. So the iron cross player loses there, wins 21. So they win $11 total. Okay. The mid-press player is going to press it up 1 unit. So they're going to go up to 18. This other mid-press player right here is going to make $23 because they are going to press it up to 42. They could throw in $2 and collect a green, but since I didn't have one sitting out there, we'll just do it that way. The power press player would throw in $4 and they would take their bet all the way up to 30. The other power press player starting in the green would throw in $1 and they would take their bet all the way up to $66. So after that 8 rolled was a winner 6. Okay, so a winner 6. So all these players, again, Iron Cross player is collecting $11. Mid-press player is collecting right there, it's collecting right there. Kind of fumble fingered that one. The other mid-press player would throw in $2. They throw in $2, and they're going to press up to 42. Power press player would throw in $4 to go up to 30. Other power press player would throw in $1 and go up to 66. So that was at the winner. So next was a 6 once again established. Now the Iron Cross player probably would not have their field on the timeout. So then they placed their field, and we immediately had another winner 6. So again, Iron Cross player makes $11 after replacing their field bet. Mid-press player that's sitting on an $18 bet is likely going to go up, because they're mid-pressing, they're likely going to go up to 30 and collect a little bit there. The other mid-press player is going to go up to 60 and collect a little bit. Power press player would throw in $1, go up to 66. This power press player would throw in $7. They would go up to 150. So now after the second winner, that's right, I remember this roll now. They once again had a 6 as the point. This was pretty fun. And what happened next were 2 8s in a row rolled. So $11. This player going up to 30. This mid-press player going up to 60. Power press player that started at table max would throw in another $1. This power press player would throw in $7, go up to 150. And then the next 8 that rolled, once again, Iron Cross player makes $11. Mid-press player would throw in $2. Since we don't have $2 sitting in their little kitty, we'll go ahead and just pay him 23. So they're going up to 42. Now this mid-press player right here is going to go from 60 to 90 is what most would do. Most would go from 60 to 90. This power press player right here would throw in the $7 in order to bring their bet up to 150. Now the player that's at 150, they're not going to have to throw in any money at this point, because they're actually going to collect a green. Now they've already thrown in some, but they're actually slightly in the positive at this point, but it's pretty tight, pretty close. So after that 8 came a 5. So Iron Cross player once again makes $11. Mid-press player throws in $1, press it up, 1 unit. Other mid-press player would go to 36. Power press player would throw in $1. Other power press player would go up to 60. After that 5 came, oh yeah, this is where it got interesting. 3 8s in a row. Now I remember this because the shooter had bet the 4, the 5, and the 9. And they are throwing a ton of 8s. And then this one's 3 8s in a row. After they threw the third 8, they put a $12 8 down. So Iron Cross player makes the first one right there. So now this mid-press player would go to 60, and they would collect a little bit. This mid-press player is very likely going to go to 120. They might go to 150 on this. I'll be honest. If I was playing the mid-press, and I do that sometimes, I would have gone to 150. But we'll just say the 120. So this player is going to collect their green. This is the power press player that started out at table minimum. They go up to 300. This power press player is going to collect $50 because they're going to take their bet up to 600. Then another 8 came. So once again, Iron Cross makes $11 in profit. Mid press player is going to go up to 90. I'm running out of some reds here, so Mid-press player will go up to 90. Come on now. Player that's at 120 would go up to 150, so they're going to collect. Mid-press player collects. This player collects $50. They go up to 600. This power press player collects 100. They go up to 1200. And then the third 8 came in a row. Made their $11 right there for the iron cross player. Mid press player goes up to 120. Now at this point, most mid press players are actually just going to collect the green and go up to 300. At this point, most mid pressers are up and are willing to go for. Mid pressers turn into power pressers once they are up a few blacks. Because if they're already mid pressing, they have a tendency to just go for it. Power press player will collect 100, go to 12. The other power press player that started out in the green will collect 200. And they will go up to table max 2400. So that was the third one. Next came a winner 6. So everybody's going to get paid here. It's not going to get paid on them. Well, it's some of them. So we've got $11 going to the iron cross player. Mid press player is going to throw in $2. They're going to take their bet up to 42. And the other mid press player will go up to 90. Power press player would throw in $7. Go up to 150. Power press player that started out in the greens is going to collect the green and go up to 300. So that was a winner 6. So after that, the point was 4. The point got established as a 4. And a 10 rolled, so the iron cross player received their $10. Mid press player, some would go up to a quarter, some are only going to press 1 unit. So we'll just press it 1 unit. Other mid press player would throw in a green, and they would go up to 50. They would collect their green. I'm going to swap a couple of these out. It's 2 greens. Greens. Now, power press player over here is going to throw in $1. And power press player over here would throw in $1. I guess I'll just do this, even though we weren't really keeping track of the other ones that they threw. They would go up to 75. Swap a couple of these out real fast. That should be good enough. So after that 10 came, oh, lo and behold, an 8. So iron cross player makes their $11 after they lose the field and get paid. Mid press player would go collect black and go up to 150. Other mid press player would collect 50 and go up to 600. Power press player that started at table minimum would collect 200. And go up to 1400. And the power press player that is at 24 is going to just get paid 2800. So we'll pay him 3000 for 200 because they're already at table max. So next came a 6. So once again, iron cross player makes the $11. Mid press player will go up to 60. Other mid press player will go up to 20. Power press player will collect the green, go up to 300, and other power press player will collect 50 and go up to 600. And next came another 8. So at this 8, we got some interesting things going on here. Collect $11 and lose 10, pay 21. This player, mid press player, would collect the green, go up to 300. This one would collect 100 and go up to 1200. And then this PowerPress player is already maxed out, so they're going to collect 3,000 for 200. And same thing with this PowerPress player. They are already maxed out, so they can only throw in 200 and collect their $3,000. Now after this 8 came a 7 out, so the roll was over. Okay, so I know both these players threw in $4, $7 a few times, so realistically, you know, I'm just, even though they definitely threw in far less than 25, I'm going to take $25 away from each of them, just so we can show. So the Iron Cross player, now again, remember, nobody in this roll made more than 150 bucks because nobody had a strategy. They would have a couple numbers they would place, and then that was it. Same bet, same bet, same bet, same bet. So let's take a look at what some of the standard strategies would have made. So an Iron Cross player in this instance, and again, this was only a 12 to 14 minute roll, so it was a good roll, it was a great roll, but it wasn't anything that just blows the doors off as far as holy cow, we're throwing a duker here. Iron Cross player would have made $163, and that's not too shabby. Not too shabby on a $51 investment on their or $61 investment on their Iron Cross. The mid-presser that started out at table minimum would have made $422. Pretty good starting out at 64 across. That's not too shabby at all. Mid-press player that started out in the green started out with 160 across would have made $696. It's really good starting out 64 or 160 across. They would have made $696. PowerPresser that started out at 64 across would have made $3,167. $3,167 started at 64 across. This is why dealers PowerPress, because we see these kind of rolls multiple times throughout the night. PowerPresser that started out in the green, started out at 160 across, would have made $6,024. $6,024 off a 20 roll hand that had some remarkable rolls. It was this 8 that really did it for him. Remarkable roll, but also less than 15-minute roll. Hope you guys find this interesting, amusing, entertaining, enlightening. Thank you very much for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now.